Okay, now it's time for our last company of the day. It's Ynvisible with Jani-Mikael Kuusisto. Welcome, Jani-Mikael.
Thank you.
And with that said, I'll leave the word to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Yes, so I'm Jani-Mikael Kuusisto, CEO of Ynvisible Interactive. And I'll be talking about how our company is providing easy visual indicators to the Internet of Things. Our company is listed in the Toronto Stock Exchange venture list, in the OTCQB board, and in Germany in several markets, in Frankfurt under the symbol 1XNA. Jumping forward with our presentation, this deck, most of what you see here can be found from our website, ynvisible.com. That's Ynvisible with a Y. What are we doing at Ynvisible? Ynvisible vision is to bring everyday objects and surfaces to life, benefiting people in an increasingly digital, smart, and connected world. There are more and more chips and sensors, electronic chips being embedded into all types of everyday devices. And what we do is we are offering the visual interface to those chips. And we're using printing to offer that visual interface. We deal in the world of printed electronics, and our company has developed, alongside partners, printable display, electronic display technology. And the purpose with all of this is really to simplify your lives, human beings' lives, so that you can see and access all that intelligence that is around you. Let me show you one example. Here is a demonstrator of a flower pot humidity sensor. The sensor is sensing is there humidity in the soil or if it's dry. And our printed electronic display simply shows with a smile if things are okay, or a frown if things are not okay. So these are electronic displays that are printed. And what we're doing with this technology, we're addressing needs in society around safety, health, security, and well-being. These days, what you find commonly in market are electronic solutions that oftentimes are very complex and costly. They're also quite wasteful. If you look at inside of a pregnancy test with a digital display, you'll oftentimes find that there is a lot of electronics, a lot of batteries that go into powering a device that essentially was intended for single use. With our display technology, you can bring in the electronic visualization more sustainably, more affordably, and you can also simplify the entire mechanics of this type of device. And oftentimes also, if you look at electronic displays, they are fragile. They break easy. They're complex. But our technology is printed, thin, flexible, and also the lowest power consuming electronic display in existence. And as it's printed in this form, it's produced with conventional printing technologies. It's also a technology that can be produced in various locations around the planet. We're bringing this technology to the printing industry so they can start to deliver a more valuable product. The advantages that you have with this display is you can also start to print the electronic display onto everyday devices. It can be into watches, it can be into shelf labels, it can be into smart labels that carry out functions such as measure temperature of a shipment. And you can access what's inside the sensor directly through this visual interface. Here is an image of production of these displays. And this production line, by the way, is based in Linköping, Sweden, where we have our roll-to-roll production facilities. The displays are printed in roll format. They can be then converted in roll format, and every single device can also be tested and quality assured in roll format. Check out our YouTube video where you'll get to see more of our facilities in Sweden. We have deployed the technology for a wide range of different purposes. We work with globally leading consumer brands on some of their smart product initiatives. So premium consumer branded products is one big market for us. But recently, very big trends, global trends, have obviously been around security. And the smart label market has become a massive market. Last year, 20 billion RFID tags were shipped and in the globe. And what we can do now is we can embed that interface, that visual interface, into those products. And as it is a printed product, it can be easily produced in the same processes that these tags are produced and stuck on the display, stuck onto the product. We have a few examples of recent market news. Mimbly is a Gothenburg-based company that's developed a system for taking out microplastics from washing your clothing. It's a unit that goes to your washing machine next to it, and they put our display simply because ours was less power consuming than the conventional LCD displays, and also it had a better design. There was the flexibility of tailoring the design to their needs. Identiv is one of the leading RFID companies. With them, we have been deploying, we're working on deploying these displays into their temperature tracking labels. These are labels that are able to track what conditions the pharmaceuticals have been in when they've been shipped around the planet, and if they've been in the right conditions. Agiler is an example of a company that in these COVID times has been developing a very interesting product. It's a label that is able to sense UVC light for cleaning surfaces. So UVC light is used instead of cleaning detergents and agents to clean the surfaces, and their label detects if there has been proper exposure to that UV. Our display is then being integrated to give the visual feedback to both the cleaning staff as well as you, the commuters, that is this surface clean? When has it last been cleaned? Many applications in the field of packaging. Here is one example of a label that can detect shock and visually indicate if something has gone wrong in this shipment. News from today with Innocentia AB, also from Gothenburg. We announced today that they are working on a intelligent expiry date label that is able to sense the quality of the meat. And then with our display, you, the consumer, or the staff in the store, in the retail chain, can then see visually what is the state of the product. So that was released just today. The market that we belong to or are part of is the printed electronics market. But first of all, let me refer to the markets that we really bring value to, and it is the printing and the IoT markets. For printing industry, many people don't realize that it is an $800 billion dollar market globally, and there are sectors of it that are growing. Among them is industrial and functional printing, and there a subset is printed electronics. And in printed electronics, the leading market researcher IDTechX has forecast that these electrochromic displays that we have developed are potentially a $50 million market by the year 2025. They further project that $30 million market by 2025. They further project that it can grow to 80 million by 2030. We are the dominant company in the field of printed electrochromic displays. We actually forecast that the 2030 number could be significantly higher because these projections were based on the current capability with blue colors. We are collaborating with Georgia Tech and NXNIP in expanding the color gamut and do many more things. Through the last 3 years, we have built the ability to deliver. We're vertically integrated. We have full palette of services. This is an early market, so we offer all the services that our clients need to get started with electrochromics. That services include research, prototyping, production. We have in Sweden, we have our roll-to-roll printing facilities. Also, our staff there is equipped with the capabilities to transfer this know-how to other locations. So our model will evolve from a service-based business where we are today to one where we sell the design tools, the inks, and the quality control systems that print houses around the world can start to print these electronic displays. The core intellectual property we have is in the inks. It's the secret formulas that go into these devices. Here is a rough estimate on what the current capacity is in terms of our current facilities. These are in Canadian dollars because we're a Canadian headquartered company. But as you can see, with our current facilities, staff, we estimate that we can do close to 6 million Canadian dollars in revenue. With a second shift in production in Sweden, we could go significantly higher. We are going from a service-based business towards more products and commercializing a product platform that is scalable throughout the globe. In terms of our financials, our revenue growth has started really in the last 2 years. And this year, we're seeing over 300% growth in revenue, despite the pandemic around us. Part of that is that in addition to having big companies as clients who are very secretive about working with us, there are many startup companies who are now approaching us, like Mimbly, for instance, who are coming to market quick and want to show how they're using our technology as a sustainable display solution in their smart products. The number of clients has also been increasing, which shows we have a strong sales pipeline. The share, as said, is traded in Canada, in the US and OTC, and in many German markets, Frankfurt and Tradegate. This slide is a little out of date, but still we are talking that our low point when the pandemic hit, the share price was at 8 cents, and it has peaked at, I believe, 45 cents, highest this year. That was a short introduction to Ynvisible. I do want to say that our management team is highly experienced. I have myself 18 years of experience in printed electronics. Tommy Höglund, our Vice President of Sales and Marketing, also over 10 years. And after he joined the company, there has been very strong sales growth. We have an excellent team also there in Sweden who have many years of experience in the field of printed electronics. And in Sweden, we not only work with these printed displays, but we also offer our services to other companies in printed electronics, helping them scale up their components to production. And that gives us a chance then to use printed solar cells, printed batteries, in combination, and printed sensors in combination with the displays that we have developed, thereby offering a complete solution. I have one colleague that is also on the line in this call with me. Michael Robinson is our new Chief Operating Officer. And Michael joined us only recently. He has previous experience from working in companies like Hasbro, Colgate, Palmolive, and most recently he was in L'Oreal. And Michael, do you want to say hi before we go into the questions and answers?
Thanks so much, Jani. Hi, Michael Robinson. I joined the team in September. I'm located in Portugal, in Lisbon, Portugal, where we have our development team.
Yes, and we do our prototyping and design work from there. But that was the 15-minute pitch, and I guess now was Niels' time for questions and answers.
Thank you very much for that presentation, and now it's time for the Q&A, and we'll start with the first question. You previously announced a collaboration with Evonik surrounding printed electronics. Can you tell us a little bit more about that collaboration and its long-term goals?
Excellent question. So Evonik is a German, well-known, globally leading chemicals company, and they have some big initiatives in the area of printed electronics, and namely in printable chemistries for producing batteries. And what we learned in working with them earlier this year was that their inks use exactly the same printing techniques as when we print our displays. And in many ways, the structure of those batteries were the same as the structure of our displays. Technologically, very nice fit. And we started working and found that their printed batteries were an excellent way to power our displays. So we announced this collaboration in Q2. It was very well received. And after that, what we have done is we have gone further in that collaboration. We are working on some joint applications, demonstrators of end users of the combined technologies. And we look forward to being able to announce more about that. The other side of working with a big, well-known chemical company like Evonik is they bring a lot of muscle to expanding these technologies on a global level. We are a small company, currently about 30 people. It would take us a long time to build that type of distribution network and manufacturing capability that the likes of Evonik have. So we see many great things and are also very happy that Evonik very openly talks about our collaboration.
Thank you for that answer. And the second question is, how big is the market that you're addressing, and how many % of the market do you think that you could grasp?
So IDTechX has forecasted the electrochromic display, printed electrochromic display, to be 30 million by 2025. We are currently the dominant player for printed electrochromics. I believe we have a very strong head start. We have all the required capabilities for this early market stage. So I would expect us to be the dominant player when the market is in the tens of millions. But it doesn't obviously stop there. We project that the market for these types of displays can be essentially in the hundreds of millions when you consider how much printed surfaces are around you. You buy furniture from the likes of IKEA, what looks like wood is actually printed graphics. We can start to bring this functionality into all types of printed surfaces. So it is a huge market, but we're aiming for the 30 million in the next 5 years.
Okay, thank you for that. And looking at the financial part, how well capitalized are you moving forward?
That is also an excellent question. We are capitalized in a way that we have very strict milestones, and we come back to the market every now and then to do private placements. At the moment, we are facing a situation that we will be coming back to the market for a new raise. But at some point, we also want to bring on board strategic investors for a bigger investment, but also for the infrastructure, the networks that they can bring.
Okay, and the final question, what will you be focusing most on in 2021?
Michael, do you want to say this is for you?
Yeah, thanks so much. I'm really excited because as Yanni pointed out, we are now vertically integrated. So we not only have R&D services, but also we can now produce in quantity. This roll-to-roll capability gives us the opportunity to deliver the quantities that our larger customers are demanding. So the opportunity for us in 2021 is to demonstrate our capability to launch and scale our customer projects and products, and do that repeatedly and with excellence. So I'm really excited and I'm proud to be part of a team that can deliver with excellence and will be delivering in 2021. So that is our focus.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen, for your time and your presentation, and good luck in the future.